back again. This one is going to be for anyone who has the iZotope RX7. If you have that, the RX7, even if you've got a demo of it, you should be able to do this for the duration of time that you have it for. And I'm going to create a tune using the Akai Force and the RX7. One day I'm gonna come up with some music for this intro.
It's someday I'm gonna be on the way I do.
So the iZotope RX7 is a sophisticated post-production audio editor. Try saying that fast. I'm just using one element here, music rebalance, to strip the vocal out of this track by Cilla Black. A bit of trivia, if you know Cilla Black, a UK artist around with the Beatles from Liverpool. And I like this track, and it's just random because I just wanted to see about making something up random. So yeah, so this is it. Took it off YouTube and record that, and then I'll just top and tail it, but I forgot to take the tail off. What I'll do next after that is I created a cycle just as a kind of loop to give me an idea of what parts I like to listen to, and I was like, yeah, that's got a groove for me. Go into music rebalance, and what it can do is it can isolate the vocal. I don't think it does the left and the center thing. It does something more sophisticated than that. So all I do is turn down the vocal, which is not the center. It's like I say, it's the center and frequencies. So anyway, the reason why I did that is because I wanted to use this part as like the body of the idea, whatever I was going to come up with. So after that, connect my Akai Force with a hard drive. There's an internal hard drive on there, and I created a folder for the sample bits what I saved, and then just drag them and drop them, and they're on the hard drive inside the Akai Force, and that's how you import. First thing I'm going to do, I'll start with an empty project. What I always like to do is I like to clear them so that I start with like a blank. Now, I'm going to go and load in those samples what I got from the RX7, and here it is, Cilla Bits. Because I made it 4 bars, now it's probably warped it. Let's see what it's warped it to. Let's see what that's like then. I'll turn that to 104. It's saying it's 104.21 there. I'm just going to turn it to 104 and let's see how that plays. Put the metronome on. Yeah. What you notice is it's slightly just late. So I'm going to tighten this up and get rid of this part here to get rid of the front. So touch that, get rid of the front with shift because I want it tighter. So press shift, that's the front, and then I'm going to nudge that to the beginning of there, zoom out using the knobs thing. And what I really enjoy about the Akai Force is, yeah, I could do this on the computer, but this is more hands-on, so I get a better feel. I actually feel like I'm doing something now. So now I'm getting it closer to what I want. We can see if that's a gap because it needs to go further, or it's a gap because we need to warp it. So we'll extend that and we'll bring that out so it meets the edge of that. Right, so that's going to double up. So what we want is we want to warp this. So we can now warp this so that it's going to meet and here, because each one of these parts can have a different tempo. And then I'm going to show you how you can flatten it after that. Okay, so I've pieced that all together now, and I've put that to the tempo of the fastest piece, which in theory will be the slowest piece. Let me just check that. 109, 104, 104, 103. So I'm doing to 109 because that's the fastest piece. So that's the piece what needs to stretch to the slowest. And if the fastest piece can stretch to the slowest, the rest will be alright. It's a little golden rule. They're all on warp, which is fine. So my intention now is to make this all one flat thing that I can use, and then I can decide what I want to do with it, chop it up, normalize it, everything. What I'm going to go next after fixing it in place is I'm going to go to the looper. Reason why I use the looper is because it can do it by bars. Sampler doesn't, as far as I'm seeing. And I'm going to play that sample, and hopefully it should get the right tempo, and it should have the right fixed tempo for this thing. So I'll make sure that it's in overdub because I don't want it. I want it. No, in fact, I'll have it. No, I'll just have it to. No, I'll have it to play. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it so when it records, then it'll just play it back. It won't overdub over that. It'll just play it back. So press record, and then as soon as I'm ready, I press play, and it's going to record into the looper. What'll help is if I put it into resample, which I didn't. So I'll do that again. Make sure it's on record, and here we go. So now that's just played in Bob's Your Uncle. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to export that. I'll export that to clip 2 because I've got an audio track here. I'll make it to clip 3 so that you can see it's going to go there. And now I want to clear that, because if I don't clear it, listen, it's still playing that. So always make sure whenever you finish with a looper, press clear. What I want to do now is I don't want that as that one piece. I mean, I don't want it as 109 tempo, and I don't want to warp it. I want it to be a slower tempo because I'm going to try and do some hip-hoppy with it. So I'm going to change that from 109 to 90. Best way of doing that, because I have this selected, if I go to the menu, it should go directly to the, on sample edit, directly to this new sample. And I'm going to call this, I'll call it, for the sake of it, Silla. I call chops bits, but because people say chops, I'll go with Silla Chop 90. Because that's what this one's going to be. So I want it from 109 to 90. So I've got a process, and I already did it, and I'm going to look, and it's 16 beats long because it's 4 bars, 4 beats in a bar, so it's 16 beats. At the moment it's 100%. I want this to 100. I want this from 109 to 90. So now this is going to be 90. If I press that for do it, it's going to process that, and there it is. And now that's 90. For some reason, I don't know why, some reason it does that with the tempo. So always fix the tempo. If you know what the tempo is, and we do know what the tempo is because we just did it, 90. I've got a feeling that's a glitch. If I make this 90 now, in fact I'll make it a different tempo, and it should be in time. Yeah, so we've got our chop. Alright then, let's slice it up. We'll do a beat. Because this is already selected, I should be able to go back to sample edit, and it's still on that. And then all I'm wanting to do is chop this up. I'm going to chop this into region 16, and I can mess around with 16. So go to the next thing, that goes to chops. I'm going to do it into regions, 16 regions. It's already 16 regions there. And then I'm going to convert that, and I'll convert that into a new one. So I'm going to go to notes. Right, okay, so I've got my idea for the thing now. Okay, so we've got that for record. And then what am I going to do? Okay, alright, that's what we're doing. Here we go. Quantize. No, I'll take it off. So this is an easy way of unquantizing anything, is just put the strength down to 0. It's easier than turning off the quantize, and then you can always have it back in if you want it. So let's see what comes up now. I've got to arm the track. Okay, here we go. What one are we on? We'll do it on to this. 2, 3, and oh, come on, Tom. Do it better than that. Here we go. Okay. And see, now I've got little bits. Let's get some drums up into that. I'll tell you what, I was going to get some drums into that, but what I'm going to do now, because I've got the body of the tune, I'm going to bring the actual full sample into it as well. I'm going to chop that straight up. So what I'll do is do the full sample into that. So go back to there, and I've got to load it. I'm going to load that into the pool. So that's in the pool, and then I'm just going to chop that up and see what comes of it. So menu, sample edit, go into here, get the silly bits, truncate that down. I'm just going to have bits. I'm not even going to worry about timing, because it's all in the same key. That's fine. It'll probably be interesting because bits will not work. Bits will work in different things, but the key will be the same. So we'll have that. Go back to trim, and process that, and function, and we'll disregard all the other sides. Do it. It's beauty to work with this. It's so wonderful working with this machine because it's all hands-on. So again, we've got a chop, and I'm just going to choose thresholds and see what. Oh, that's too much. That's way too much. Let's. These I'm not quite sure on yet, because I'm not from the school of MPC. I've had an MPC live and now the Force, so I'm not quite sure how it works out the threshold. I might have to do this manually. I don't fancy doing that. I know what I can do. I'll go back to that. Clear everything. One of these, is it? How do I do it? Is that clear all? That's it. Okay. Right. So it's about 18. I'm gonna go da 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 da. Is probably another 2 beats. So I'm just gonna go regions, and I'm gonna just call it 18. Or, more to the point, what I'll do is I'll look at the lines and see where it looks like it's going to line up kind of nice. Is that 18? Yeah, I think 18 probably works. Alright, let's see what we come up with from here. Convert. Don't need the thingy because we don't know what that's going to be, and I'll just do it. So now, and you've got. Let's see. Yeah, that works. I think that works. That's feeling like it's got a bit of flavour to it. I'm just going to freestyle this. Another thing which I found out, when you're starting with this, for anybody who's new to it, you want to do it with fixed length till you get the sense of how it works, because that confused the life out of me. But as soon as you get how it, you've got the feel of it, what you have to remember is this is just like the Ableton Push, in that it'll go to the last bar, it'll kind of go to the last beat of whatever, round up the bars. Hopefully that makes some kind of sense. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm just going to freestyle this, I'm going to probably do as long as I feel, and then we can see what works out of that. So here we go. Oh, again, stop that. Don't forget to arm the track. So I think that first part worked. I did that. I should have put quantize on, truthfully, but I forgot, so it don't really matter. It's no loss. I should have put quantize on. That would probably come up. I could quantize it anyway, but let me see. I think that works. Okay, we'll have that. I think that's working. Yeah, that works for me. 2, 3, let's go. I've got 4 bars. I only want 2. So 2 bars straight. Like that. Okay, I don't like that snare. Not feeling that snare. So I'm gonna go and look for another snare. feeling that. I want a hi-hat now. So an open hi-hat, so let's see, any open hi-hats? So basically that's it, because I'm getting into one now and we'll be here all day. So basically that's how to use iZotope RX7 to make beats. If you like what I'm doing here, subscribe. I'm going to try and do different styles, so if anybody's got a particular style or any technique or something they want to know, I'll create a tutorial on that amongst the ones I'm doing now. So just leave with the music. Enjoy.